Hey guys, I want to talk to you about another subject matter, which it has to do with jobs, um, but it has to do with a big trend that I'm noticing, and I'm sure everybody out there is noticing, and it's that a lot of shopping centers and shopping outlets are disappearing, or things that are set up along the road, like when you drive down a 4 lane or whatever, and you'll see, a group of stores that are together, and you'll notice most of them are gone. There might be one or two within that group that's still left, and everything else is gone. And it's so sad. It's like, oh my God, and it's like a big, huge decay and decline. And I don't want to bring people down. I'm not trying to be melodramatic or depressing or whatever. I'm just noticing something. I mean, and it's something that's on my mind. I guess I'm just basically thinking out loud. But it's like, oh my God, what are we going to do? I mean, it's bad enough a whole crap load of the manufacturing jobs have went overseas or just gone. Which I know there's some manufacturing jobs left, but let's face it, nowhere near what it used to be. And when you see all these other things disappear, and you'll hear on the news that it's a lot of it is due to competition, online competition from companies like, well, I don't want to say the name of the companies, but it's just kind of sad. It's like, whoa, what can we do to fix that? Because even online, if you think about it, by the time you pay shipping and handling, you're going to pay quite a bit for a product that you could have went to a local store and gotten for a heck of a lot cheaper. So what is going wrong in between, it's like what's going on with the world to where we're willing to pay that extra money? What is going wrong? What are the stores doing wrong that could fix that problem? Which I know a lot of them need to be cheaper, because there are some stores out there that are way higher than others. I can't believe some of those stores are even still open today, which you hear here and there about, closings and things like that, because they have really jacked their products, the prices of their products way up there, and it's like, whoa, okay, that's a little too high. Which I understand, you got to survive in the market and everything, but that I think some of it is greed, and I think that they don't understand they're hurting themselves. When you jack that, there is a certain threshold that the average person is willing to pay for a product. And I think it is a product seller's job to know what that threshold is. Like, you really have to think, okay, what is the maximum and the minimum the average person would pay? Which, I mean, of course, the minimum would be zero. I mean, who would want anything free? But you can't go free. But what I'm saying is a fair minimum. Okay, what is the most that the average person would pay for my product, and what would the lowest price that I could live with be? Like, as far as my bottom line and all that, what is the cheapest price that I could let it go for? And, like, finding some kind of middle ground in between that. I mean, I feel like somehow that has went cuckoo, and that companies have decided, hey, I'm going to be greedy. I'm just going to jack it way up there, and people are going to pay for it. And they're not understanding, man, that's going to hurt you. Because assuming that people are going to keep paying that, especially when you do get competition from, say, online or some other place, no, it's not going to happen. I mean, that's the reality of it. And so I know that's wrong with some companies, but not all the companies. There's some companies out there that have been, I feel like, fair as far as prices go, but something went wrong, and I'm just wondering what could we do to fix it? How can we turn this around as, stewards of this country, and, as consumers and people that want these stores to remain, or any kind of business to remain, whether it's manufacturing or retail or whatever, what can be done to change that? What can be done to keep these companies in business? What is failing? Besides greed. Once you eliminate that, what's going wrong? And of course the competition from online. Those are two things right there. But still, there's, surely there's ways to compensate for that. Is it customer service? What? And I just wonder in my mind, what would it take for more and more companies to come into business and to stay, to remain in business? What would it take? And I know I think too much, and but I just, it just kind of bothers me a little bit, because we're all going to feel the effect of this. I mean, I'm serious. If all these stores go belly up and all you're left with is online, then what if they decide they want to jack everything up, and you have no way to put a stop to it? Like you have no ways to, to go anywhere else, to get anything else, because they're the monopoly. How can we prevent, one company or a small few to be a monopoly or an oligopoly, whatever the heck it's called? I can't think of it right now. It starts with an O. But what can we do to prevent that? What can we do to keep the whole system fair, and to keep, companies in business, and to keep customer flow, and to keep money flow going through this country, to keep things bright, and to keep things going? Because you start cutting off, it's like a body. If you start cutting off the circulation to certain areas, you might not think that it's important, but it is important, because then that will affect something else, and this will affect that, and that will affect this, and eventually the body's dead. Because you start killing off tissue, by cutting the blood flow off, then it's going to damage more and more tissue. And then, do you see what I'm saying? Things are just going to get worse. And if we don't do something, and if some people don't put their minds, if we don't have more business people putting their minds together, it's going to get bad. I mean, and that is a fact. That's reality. Now, and if some companies don't like what I'm saying, and they don't want to support what I'm saying, then so be it. I'm sorry, but that's reality, and I'm saying it.